Hey, it's David. Welcome back to Orangeville Daily Homes. We have 9 properties on our list. But before we begin, I just wanted to just to answer some of the questions that people have been asking in the last couple of days is when is the market going to break? When are we going to start seeing some more listings? We're seeing them now, but not the big floodgate that we've seen in previous years. What we'll see is probably around Easter, pretty much after Easter. That's typically when we're going to start seeing more of the influx of new listings. And, you see that from year to year. So now that a lot of the snow is gone, people's attitudes are a little bit different. And I mentioned this the other day, is people have a different outlook on things. And they're happy, they're excited, they're optimistic. There's all kinds of great things that happen with spring. So that's what we're starting to see. And so if you're thinking about making a move, and you want to know what the next step is, or you want to start your searching, just reach out. Say, hey Dave, I need some help and I'm ready to go, and that's what I'm here for. So you can just reach back and just send me an email, reply back to this email, or you could call me or text me at 519-215-0107. Okay, so let's start with our list. 416 Scott. So if you want to see it on a map, you can, the beginning here on the link down below, you can do so. And you can just use the buttons here. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, and then all of the numbers of the homes here correspond with where they are on the map. So that being said, we are going to start with our first one, which is 416 Scott. Now, before I talk about Scott, let's kind of show you where the place is, just so you have an idea. So with Scott, Hanson Boulevard runs here just off of First, and then it's right here. Okay, so it's just kind of close to the corner of where Bailey and Scott is, and it backs onto conservation. There's no one behind you, it's trees, it's nice. But the one thing that I have to say about Scott is when people come down Blind Line, or when they come across Hanson, there's a set of lights at the where they intersect. So this little portion here, this is where people tend to cut through. So there's a little bit more, there's a little bit more traffic because of that. So just keep that in mind. Now, what does the place look like from the street? It's always a very, very good question that people have. And it's this one right here. And let me just kind of scooch down the street here so you can get a better angle. And the reason I'm showing you this is because there's no picture. So there we go. So it's 2-story. Okay. 2-story, obviously the garage protrudes from the front, and one of the things that people like about that is it gives you more floor space inside the house because it's not built in. So there are some benefits to that. It's an all brick house, and obviously nice summertime picture thanks to Google. So let's switch back here. So inside, it's $349, 3 bedrooms. There's a basement. It's partially finished. Bathrooms look good, and then looks like there's a little bit of laminate flooring, carpet on the stairs. Maybe not necessarily the best picks to start off the first one. And the kitchen is older, so keep that in mind. We have a little bit of mismatch going on, and there we have it. So there's been a couple of other sales in the neighborhood kind of around this price. They may be pushing the envelope on the upper end. But it does back onto conservation and does have a walkout, so there's certainly some inherent value with that. So the next one is 59 Westmoreland, and I'm going to show you Westmoreland again. Again, there's no pictures, so I'm going to show you this here. So this one's Westmoreland. Okay, there's a lot of tree cover. You can't really. It's kind of hard to see, but anyways, it is a side split 1-car garage. Now, this one here, they say that it could be great for an investor. So I did the numbers on it, and depending what you could get for the basement. So if you got $1,400 on the upstairs and you got $900 downstairs, that gives you $2,300. Now you'd have to turn the downstairs into an apartment, and so this could be a conversion project. Buy and hold, 20% down, gives you about $535 cash flow per month after expenses are paid. Does it make sense? Sure. Now that's with 20% down, so that's $6,800. Sorry, $68,000. So the other thing is do you have the money put aside, maybe let's say $20,000, to convert downstairs into an apartment, right? So that again, your cash flow has gone up. Or does it make sense to go buy a fourplex, with the down payment that you would actually be putting down anyways? Because I mean, if you put a $100,000 down on a fourplex, that's $500,000. That brings in about $1,200 to $1,300 a month cash flow. Which one makes sense? Anyways, I'm just saying, you really need to understand the numbers, and you need to work with somebody that knows kind of what's going on with these things, because sure, they may look like it's a great option, and it may, or does it make sense just to keep it as a house? And at 356, I think that's what we were at. 359. Does it make sense just to keep it as a regular house for to live in? Sure, maybe that's the better option. Next one is 66 Westmoreland. So literally just down the street. It's a raised bungalow. Crazy different angles that they do to these pictures that really makes it look like it's this massive house. Anyways, don't let the pictures fool you. The basement, it does have a finished walkout, which is nice. Looks like there's laminate flooring and a little bit older kitchen in there as well. You can kind of tell just the way they're done it. They may be painted. You got that California ceiling in there, like I mentioned yesterday with one of the ones we reviewed. Laminate flooring. Bathroom looks like it's been done. And then downstairs it looks nice. But is it $400,000 nice? That's the question. Yes, you got the big lot, 45 feet wide, 129 feet deep. Is someone willing to cut you a check for what you're asking? Don't know. But I do know it is in a good area of town, and that will hold value all unto itself. So all depends on what somebody sees the value in. Good school district. The next one is 203 Walsh. And 203 Walsh, I don't know why we're at these pictures. Let's just go back here. Okay, so again, Walsh is a couple of streets away from Westmoreland. And Walsh is really nice. It's a quiet street. It's $459,000. There's 3 beds. There's 3 baths. Nice brick on the outside. A lot of furniture going on. A lot of colors. A lot of things to detract your eye. I would probably remove a few things from the room to help with the flow. And they do have hardwood flooring. And then you have your kitchen. There's a little, oops, I don't know why it does that. I have a little eat-in kitchen that it's kind of off to the side there. Stainless steel appliances. It looks like you've got a little place for the wine up above. It's a big fridge though, wow. And and then your living dining room. Nice hardwood flooring in there. There's your front entranceway. So, I mean, overall, yeah, I think it's nice. The basement's finished. Now, does it represent a $459,000 house? Again, when you start getting into this range, all brick houses on older mature lots, close to downtown, these are the prices we're starting to see. Finished basement, 2-car garage, these types of things. So, I wish them luck. Next one is 716 Bush Street, 515. Now, when someone looks at this, they may not see a whole lot of value in $515,000 for this. And, you may be right. You have a 1980s kitchen in there, or 1990s, depending on anyways, when they did it. But, the pictures may not really give it, its true worth. So when I look at this, it's got residential and it's got commercial zoning. So the zoning, it's downtown Bellenfad. And Bellenfad, sorry, not Bellenfad, it is Bellefontaine. And it's not like a massive community. It's a small little place. And there's a lot of people, a lot of tourists that come through. There's a great hiking trails. There's all kinds of great things in the summertime. So maybe that's what they're banking on. Maybe a business is going to come in, just like, obviously that's operated here. And then that's where they see the value, right? So again, it's going to be up to somebody what they can make the place into. Now the next one takes us over into Bolton. So we got Bolton View Crescent, 579. 579, all brick house, hardwood flooring. I mean, it looks pretty good, right? I mean, they're not building any new houses in Bolton. I mean, it's stagnant and it has been for years. They've run out of land. And so what you're starting to see is a lot of demand, a lot of pressure from people trying to get out of the city saying, I'm done, I want out. I want to move up to a smaller community and put down roots and have a little bit of breathing space. That's what this property represents basically. And it's in a nice area, really, really good area in town. And I think they've pretty much priced it where it would need to be. The next one is in Caledon. It's in Caledon Village. It's 629. You've got this really big angle shot there. It looks like you've got 3-car garage. And then inside, obviously, there's been updates that have been done to the kitchen, which is really nice. Now, one of the things that people, have asked me in the past, and I've actually talked about them. Here I'm pointing to the screen again. What they've done is they've opened it up. So this used to be kind of walled off. It used to be a galley kitchen. And so this was a wall right here. So all this was closed off from the rest of the space. So they've made a breakfast bar out of it. They've opened it up, which is nice. And then inside, there's a lot of furniture. Like, wow. I mean, that is not probably the best photo that you're going to take of a room. It really looks on an angle. It's hard to see what's in the rooms. But, yeah, I mean, Caledon Village is really nice. Again, it's not far from the city. So, you get out to a little bit of countryside. It's quite nice, right? I mean, it's 177 feet wide, 177 feet deep, lots of parking space, and there's an in-ground pool in this property as well. So, yeah, I mean, roof's being replaced as well, so I think they're doing okay. 67 Hawthorne, 639, 3-car garage, all brick house, which is great. Good entryway, double doors, which is nice. Easy to get in. I probably would have taken up the carpet or hardwood flooring, big size rooms, beautiful looking kitchen, center island, which is always nice. And these are things that people look for. I mean, that's a big master bedroom, huge. So there's certainly good sizes, maybe not the best color choices in some of the rooms, but overall, I think they're priced where they need to be, and I think they'll do just fine on a property like this. It's 106 feet wide, 208 feet deep, a lot of space there. So yeah, it's very nice. And they've done some renovations to it, right? There's a newer kitchen in 2003, all of vinyl windows in 2009. So they've certainly added some things to the 3,000 square feet home, right? And our last one, which is on Laurel Park, and this is in Bolton, 679. One thing I like about this place is in the front of the property, you have this covered porch, which is really cool. So you can kind of sit out when it's raining and things like that. It's really nice. And then you come inside. Now, the things I don't like about this one is the parquet flooring. I've never been a big parquet floor kind of guy. There's a lot of furniture in the room, so it kind of makes it look a little bit smaller than what it is. Kitchen runs off the back side, and there's a sloped angle because there's no upstairs above this. So I'll show you that in the last picture. And then I've had a lot of clients also comment on the cabinets, the colors of the cabinets, and what they can do to them. Now, I had a client of mine who had the same colored cabinets as this, and she actually just totally changed out how the kitchen looked. And she did it with paint, some new door handles, and gotten rid of the little curtains there and put in granite counters, and wow, it was like a totally different room. It was really amazing. So paint can go a long way if you don't like colors of cabinets and things like that. There's proper paint you can use. And again, you could probably put in nice hardwood flooring over top of the parquet that's there. Basement's done, and downstairs you have a in-law suite. Okay, so if you're looking for your in-laws to stay with you, or if you have a teenage kid that's kind of moved back home and wants their own space, then there is in the basement. Now this is the kitchen back here. So remember I said it was sloped on an angle. So this all back here is the kitchen. Okay. So keep that in mind. That was our last one. I'm around on the weekend. So if you're looking to make a move, just reach out and we'll see how we can help. Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.